Oh no!
Oh, yes.
The actor who played
Thanks for the host,
Chewbacca passed
Reimer.
away.
Oh, no.
Seriously?
That
Well,
sucks. Yeah.
they milk the genre for so long.
We
Hey,
never
hold
saw
on a
his
second.
face.
Hold on a second. Don't you attack Chewie.
I'm
He only
not,
had
I'm
Back
one
up
voice
from
line.
Chewie.
not.
Doesn't really.
Let's see.
but
Who,
Okay,
who,
now,
who wanted
critical.
the formula for arena scaling?
Critical, I want you to look on my
That-
weapon and I want
that
you to
was
tell me your
me.
verdict.
Oxygen.
Sorry, you were a bit.
Remember, I've been out of the game for a little while, so but let me look at it.
Yeah, just a little.
Okay, so
Point your
you know
screen
what?
back up.
You know, I have a better idea. I want all of you to look and let me know what you
Guess
think.
I'll just put on some bondage
What?
gear real quick.
Thanks, Boris.
It
This
sucks,
is the
man.
last thing. This is the last thing I'm
no,
gonna do.
like, once you get more
Sucks.
once you get more
Do you have the
followers,
old
like,
formula?
people will sometimes just check your stream to
I-
see who you're hosting and
I
I
watching.
mean, I might have
so
like a really old version
Yeah.
of formula.
It will
Oh,
help
oh shit!
eventually.
Oxy, fuck you, Oxy! Look on the chat.
But
Look on the
thanks for
chat.
the host,
Elemental.
Where?
boy.
There's a lot
Oh,
of chats
on
everywhere.
Discord chat, Discord general chat. Someone tagged me in something.
I seem to be
Okay.
alright.
Look what it says.
Yeah, you seem normal.
It says
What?
because they doubled arena scaling.
Do you want me to? Do you want me to
Okay.
read my,
It's like double the amount what I
I'll
did,
read
you
my
know,
abilities after,
compared to what you did.
'cause I got some moves.
God,
gonna have-
I'm already at 185.
Sticks. I hate you.
Dude, just you wait, dude. He's gonna
Please
hit like
die. Please
500.
get a glacial bear on 188, please.
I kill the bear before it reaches me. It doesn't matter.
That's a really nice
uh,
weapon. My
Probably.
Yeah, yeah.
question would be is what how does it work with the skills that you have?
Perfectly, man.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
mean,
Because I mean, I can
elemental
take an
protection is
awesome
the-
weapon,
That would help.
but if it doesn't work, if you're playing
I
a
created this, man.
throwing paladin, then
I'm gonna
it
say
might not be the perfect weapon.
the
I
element
tailor
protection is
made
the
this
only one
myself.
that's, like,
So before I have to go to sleep, which is like 1 minute ago, and Geo is waiting. Let me know. I have
Yeah, I didn't
this
understand
amount
the
of
question
failure
either.
success. I have 4% of damaging,
John can have
and then it
'cause he
goes
did.
to shit. 25% to minor
Yeah, I think
fracture,
the
which will
accent's
be
working. I'm just
50%
gonna say
outcome.
that.
But I want the melee physical increased damage. Should I do this or should I not? We
I
have
mean,
2
what's
votes.
the worst that could happen, dude? Just go for it.
Going for increased damage is actually the mistake here, so it doesn't matter what you do.
Check your privilege.
Oh,
Thanks
fuck
for
you.
caring
What
about
would
my
you
chat.
go then?
Just flat.
You're welcome.
Flat damage?
Yeah,
Seriously?
physical damage, or straight damage. Yeah.
Yeah, the flat damage for sure.
But
Because
look at
your
look
physical
at my
damage-
modifier. Look at my modifier of
Right, but
physical
your
damage
physical
right now.
damage affects your melee physical damage.
I understand what you're saying, but my multiplier is only 32. There is like a diminishing return, a bottleneck places when physical increased physical is better than edited, and vice versa.
Jesus,
Yeah,
caught
of
you
course there is.
staring at the
But
horizon.
I mean, it's unique to every character, right? So you'd need to test
Sure,
it. If you
I'll
can
do
find,
that.
a weapon with one and a weapon with the other and test out. But in general, from my testings, there was no close point where increased became better than just flat, because flat is at the beginning of your equation, right? It gets multiplied by everything. Whereas
Flat is also
increased,
Yeah.
way less common than increased. I mean,
Okay,
not
so-
as much as it used to be, but
sure, yeah.
How much of you say not to do this because I'm gonna break my weapon?
I
I mean,
mean,
you probably
it.
will if you don't have.
Do
No,
no
I
it.
say do it
placement.
regardless. 'cause
You don't
YOLO.
have
you
placement.
know, yeah, YOLO.
yeah,
Fuck
what's
you.
the worst that
Ah,
can
it fu-
happen? Do it.
It fractured,
Fuck.
but minor fracture, guys. Minor fracture is good.
Yeah,
It's
you
still
didn't lose it.
valuable.
Yeah,
I didn't
it
lose
kept
it, man.
Okay, you didn't
Now,
lose
but
it.
if you wanted, you could shatter it and try to get some of those runes back if you find a better weapon.
Yeah, I know. The thing is that earlier today I did a boots, and I went really Jew about them. I'm Jewish, so I can make fun of myself.
Okay.
I went really Jew about this. I
You
went.
open that door now.
Dude,
Yeah,
he has
yeah.
he has the
I
J
don't care.
pass, dude.
I opened the tier 5 elemental, and then tier 4 health, and when I put tier 5 health, I fractured it into tier 1s.
But it's to punish you for crafting health or anything.
Yeah, dude.
What? Not elf on it.
Yeah.
Elf.
Health is a
Not
trap.
elf on it. Just elf. It's a boots.
Yeah.
And it was all Bodash T fault. He told me to go.
Dude, I've been. I think you asked me a few times, so I said I just like completely avoid health and armor and just.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
but I don't. My build is to get it, so I need more
Eventually,
strength.
eventually, I'm gonna find some rings of the third eye in this the beta, and then popping off, dude.
I think I'll never find them.
I mean,
So Gio, are you
haven't
ready?
found
Never
that
find
many.
Calamity.
I think I gained one. I think I was in a loading screen too.
Galvanic?
I
Geo
mean,
Galvanic? Or am I spelling this? Geo Galvanic. Okay, guys, I'm gonna call off the stream now after 16 hours and 5 minutes almost. Good night. I hope to see you tomorrow again, and we are going to continue where we left, improving and perfecting this build. And I will create a guide with tomorrow on how to make a Sentinel like ours, which no doubt is very strong. I guess it can always be strong still. Good night and thank you for being here. I'm gonna host Geo. You know what? Let's
Shut
raid.
up.
Fuck off. Let's raid Geo. I think it's better. Nah, let's just host.
Talk too much, man.
I know. Talk to me.
There you go.
Oh, I did host you?
Yeah,
I did.
but you need to do it in action. Doesn't matter how if it sounds horrible.
That's true, man. He sounds like a French guy.
Gio, that's insulting to me. I'm French, so.
We are 6 people in here. Insulted. I hosted Geo. I hosted you and on a waiting.
What's that? Is that quote from Full Metal Jacket?
I guess.
I don't look.
Hello and welcome to a Last Epoch stream. Thanks so much for the host, Denetherian. Welcome everyone from Denetherian's channel. So I'm just getting started here. Thanks for the follow as well, Denetherian. I'm gonna leave this Discord for now. But today's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna do my first playthrough. As you can see, I have 4 characters that are all just like level 1. I've pretty much only gotten as far as getting into the game and looking at skills. I've just been really busy on working on the wiki so far. Hey, Noe Home, I'm doing great. I did leave you mid-conversation. I'm having a hard time hearing you over the music, which is too loud. There we go. You saw that I work on it, didn't know I worked that hard on it. Yeah, it takes it's a lot of time. A lot of it's just really slogging through stuff. So I'm gonna check my settings real fast, right? Because I believe can get better settings here. There we go. And for some reason that improves my performance by like 50%. Thanks for the follow, Turnqui. I hope I pronounced that correctly. I appreciate it. I saw that you were interested in helping out on the wiki as well, so if you have any questions about that, please let me know. So today's stream, I'm going to be playing Sprugman, because I have a Sprugman emote now. Speaking of emotes, Sprigman is, by the way, what I call the Spriggan form of the Druid. I've been super hyped about it, so I'm super excited to actually get to that point and start playing that. 2 a.m. time to sleep. Alright, have a good night, Nahom. Feel free to call you Turney. To Ray. Okay. That is much easier. So I'm going to be playing Sprugman. I'm going to try and do as much voice acting as I can for the story. My throat has been super sore lately, so I might save that for my Saturday stream. We'll see how it goes though. And then I'm going to talk about. You may not have known this, but along with the beta release, they also updated all of the character backstories, as well as like the descriptions of the subclasses, of which there are some really cool details, like the fact that the Rune Master is going to summon golems. I'm going to talk about that for a bit. Alright, voice acting time. Zim. Let's take a look at this guy. He's looks like a scholar type guy. I thought I was hired to scare off Skolin, not babysit a spoiled artist. Who is that woman? Don't mind her. She's from Majilka. She seems to think artists are appreciated everywhere, even outside the Jeweled City. When we got to Thetima, I discovered that no ships were leaving the harbor. She simply refused to wait it out. Scaring off Skolin. The little dirt crawlers have never really been a threat, unless they outnumber you or catch you in a trap. Lately, though, they've been getting more aggressive. Used to be you'd never see them sneak around this close to a camp. Aside from that, these roads are safer than any of the sea routes, if you ask me. Cool. I'm gonna go see our stash. Alright. So the settings, I changed it to windowed. Here we go. There we go. Nothing in my stash. Feels bad, man. Visalia. These backwoods simply cannot end soon enough. Majilka awaits my return. Why would you be waiting to go to Majilka? The Temple of Majasa is at odds with the commoners once again. It is my duty as an artist to bridge the gap with my talents, my vision. Our guide insists that the gates of the city are barred, and that I'm wasting my time. But that's ridiculous. I've paid my tithe to the Diamond Matrons. They would never turn me away. Fun fact, Majilka is down here, this little oasis-looking thing. And that is also where the rogue is from. So, not that anyone can play rogue yet, but we do know that is part of her backstory. Free items over here. Nice. Talk to Titus. First thing I'm going to do when we reach Relorn is get my hands on a stiff drink. Help steel myself for the journey home to Solarum. You're going towards Relorn? Yes, the city of scholars. It has recently been welcomed to the sun-blessed wings of Raya's domain. Although ever since then, the other cities can't help but assume the worst. It's the spreading of Raya's glory, and they call it conquest. Unbelievable! You're from Solarum? Yes, glorious Solarum, where Raya's proud flames burn. Listen, you don't believe the slander the others are saying, do you? Of Solarum's soldiers campaigning in the mountains and preparing for war? Nothing but paranoia, I tell you. Our second backstory fun fact is that the Primalist is from, like, probably somewhere around here where the forests are currently burning. The Primalist is supposedly, here I'll link his wiki page so you can actually read the backstory for yourself. There it is. The Primalist is supposedly running away from Raya's conquest. He was around in the forest when Raya started to conquer Heroetz, the god of the North's domain. And somehow, I guess he made his way all the way down here. It might be interesting to learn how that happened. But, so when this guy's saying, I don't believe what everyone else thinks, I think the Primalist is going to be pretty solid on Yeah, Raya is definitely... Is this lore? It is lore! It's a lore stream. They updated the classes page on the website, which is where I pulled the backstory from. So, hype backstory. Bah, these lands are too warm, and Hyobora is too far. Worse yet, that Lorem dog Titus won't shut his yap. What brings you so far from Hyobora? Hyoboria. War, and the dogs that would deny it even exists. Lorem soldiers have been raiding the tribes between their mountains in Hyoboria, claiming it was self-defense. I have been sent by the High Chieftain Yuliet herself to warn the other islands of Raya's thirst for conquest, but with little luck so far. By Heruot's breath, I wish she had agreed to send Grail with me. He was always better at that sort of thing. Titus? The Solaran diplomat over there. We crossed paths in Thetima, and I swears like he's following me, undermining my mission to warn of Raya's impending conquest, with his talk of sharing the sun's glory and other shite like that. I've even challenged him to a duel so I could smash that gilded tongue between his teeth, but the coward refuses. Ha! Cool, I'm the type of person to skip all the dialogue, so you've missed everything so far. Fair enough. I mean, I will eventually be skipping all the dialogue as well. And then she repeats herself. Fellow weary traveler, care to see my wares? Yes, so I'm going to be going Spriggan Man, which means I'm going to be going primarily support, so I unfortunately don't have money to buy anything. Feels bad being a noob. Maybe I can sell these boots though. Sell this. And to takes forever because they have to read everything. Fair enough. Alright. Journey west. Do I have a reason why I'm journeying west? I think we're still missing that like backstory intro from the start of the game. But that's okay, I think they're gonna work on it. You've taken a moment to rest, and now you're ready to continue your journey. Your path to the main road is further ahead. Why am I journeying? Alright. Further ahead we go. So, the other juicy backstory details that I was able to dig up, we have the Rune Master. So there's a link to the Rune Master's wiki page. There's something coming up that you're curious as to whether or not there's more to it. I'll let you know when I get there. Probably is. There's always more to it. It's Kyle's way of things. I'll mention when I get there for sure. Does this is this the wool? How? It's just a flat damage increase, so it's not specific to melee, so I can boost my thorns with that. New passive point. Alright, so I have 3 options here. Grants attunement, grants me and minions health, and grants strength. So I'm going to be going Druid, so attunement's probably going to be paying off the most there. So looking at the Rune Master's wiki page here, you have tamed the power of raw arcane. Weaving its chaos with the art of runes, you can recall your youth, the trouble you once had, transcribing the simplest glyph, and scoff. You now carve intricate symbols into the air, ensnaring your foes, raising walls, and golems from nothing but your own knowledge. That looks like a nice ring. Chest. A bronze scepter. Yes. It's probably better than the hatchet. You have become an artisan of sorts, but your craft is that of reality itself. So we're going to be ensnaring people, raising walls, and summoning golems. Which are 3 things we did not know that the Rune Master would be able to do, and kind of gives us a better idea of what the Rune Master is going to end up being like. So it seems like it's going to end up being a support mage type of class. So we have Paladin, we have Druid, and now we have the Rune Master. So it seems like almost every base class is a support type mastery class. Because it seems like Warlock is going to be a debuffing type of class as well. It sounds quite CC heavy. Yeah. And I was always thinking that the mage could like use an elemental summon. So the fact that it summons golems is going to be pretty cool. All right, speccing into a skill here. Alright, so I know that if I go Druid and I go Spriggan form, my human form is going to pretty much have no mana. So anything that uses mana is going to be quite taxing. So I might go for Swipe. Or actually I can go Thornburst and then get a 2-handed weapon so that it costs no mana. I don't think there's really anything I can get otherwise that'll help me regain mana faster. That's what you took from Warlock 2. You're super excited by it and you love playing supports in RPGs. Yeah, me as well. I think in a lot of ARPGs the support is kind of goes under the table because ARPGs are so solo oriented. Even like Diablo or the more co-op friendly RPGs, they still focus primarily on the single player, so it's harder to play those support type of characters. But I think if they're focusing on like interesting mechanics like summoning walls and doing like other CC type stuff, I think it'll be interesting. Hey Inferna, how's it going? Welcome in. How is your night going so far? Fire all thorns in a semicircle, chance to poison. So with Spring Form, I'm probably going to be doing primarily spell. I don't think I'm going to need the Thorn Shield. If I can just get a, just make them go further and faster, I think that'll be good. Especially if it's for free. You just sat down, home from work and ready to relax. So it seems like this Hulk is causing me to lag every single time I use it. Or maybe not. Yeah, so if I cast Howl while I'm moving, it seems to create a slow down a bit. Damn graphic settings. Yeah. Keeper Balthus. So we see the Raya birds. They took her. The shard is in danger. Who did they take? Lena, my daughter. There's only so long before they find out she has the shard. There's little time. Please, help us. The shard? Our people, the Keepers, have protected the shard since the beginning of memory. It must be kept from the others. Kept from the temple. Atera, save us. I'll do what I can. Thank you. Forgive me for laying this fate upon you. He's dead. Can I talk to him? I still can. Keep making him die. You've been having issues with graphics. Looking forward to some optimization. Yeah, about a dozen times better right now. Like I'm having really good frames. There just seems to be like a bit of a stutter with that house skill. And it's not even decreasing my frames. It's just stuttering. So I did put in a bug report for that, but it's definitely going to be something that's much harder to track down. I'm hired for the voice team. Awesome. I can play all of the dying characters. Oh, by the way, if anyone's interested in using the brand new Elder Panini emote that I have on my stream that just got approved by Twitch, it's !Panini. And then I bought my bot a sub, so the bot it'll put the emote up for you. I'm not sure where the stuttering's coming from. Sentinels. Block protection. I think it's better, yeah, better than mine. Alright. I guess I gotta collect all of the trash loot so that I can get some money. Alright, so the other really cool, just let my wolf do all the work, thing I picked up from the backstory is from the Falconer? Was it? Yeah, I think it was the Falconer. Oh! A unique Ring of the Third Eye. I had so many of these in the alpha. It was ridiculous. And it's like the meta of the most meta rings. Which meant that I never used it, because I don't use meta stuff. But it is always nice to start off with some unique gear. I know they upped the spawn rate on those. So I am going to need a two-handed weapon if I want to get the 0 mana cost Thorn Burst. So I'll pick this up. The Humming Bee. I had so many Humming Bees as well. I had like a dozen Ring of the Third Eyes, tons of Humming Bees, and that was your first one? Oh, for me. Yeah. You know, actually it's not my first beta unique. The mage I started off with, I literally killed one Skolin. So the very first thing I killed dropped a Tome of the Elements. And I was like, nice. And then I just sat there and did nothing else with the mage. You found the Humming Bee and the Falcon last night. I wonder if the Falcon's any good now. Oh, boss time. Fire. I can't. You're gonna make me kill the trash first? What is this, boss mechanics? Alright. Thorn totems, go! Oh, yeah, this guy's not liking, You shall burn! No, friend. You shall get poked to death with stabby needles. That's how that's gonna play out. And you're not using either at the moment, fair enough. The Humming Bee is a super popular one. It's really good at getting that extra ward for, especially Acolyte or the Mage. It's really good for those. Oh, Piercing Thorns. That sounds OP. Okay, we're going to get more attunement. Keeper Lena. Hello, Lena. Did Balthus send you? I see. Raya's forces are not finished with us. We don't have much time before more of them arrive. Why were they attacking you? My people have guarded the shard since the days when Atera still spoke with us. Raya's commanders learned of its existence and have been hunting us down. They do not know the threat it poses if it were to be rejoined with the others. What do we do? Please take the shard with you and protect it with your life. I'll distract the reinforcements. Quick! Use the shard! Bye-bye! Bye! Oh, I gotta click the shard. Bye! I think I missed a dialogue there. Oh well. Alright, so the, where'd I go? The falconer. While some hunters prefer to hunt alone, others see value in having a partner, especially one as deadly as the falcon. Cut your foes down as your falcon blinds them with its vicious talons. Herd them towards your traps. With the aid of your falcon's bladed wings, set them up for the final blow as your falcon dives from the sky in a devastating strike. So, the key emphasis there was on traps. Is this supposed to be a waypoint? This looks like a waypoint. That's weird. This is like the Immortal Empire trying to construct artificial waypoints. It sounds pretty likely. It looks like what's going on here. I'm gonna run into like people transporting souls to power the machine. You thought the same thing when you got here. Yeah. I would not be surprised if that's what was going on here. It's a white panther. It's a snow leopard. First saying copper amulet of the owl. Minion health, mana. Alright, it's probably better than what I got. Alrighty. It's dead now. What's dead now? The slab! This name is hilarious. It's the slab! Some slabs mark the dead. This one marks the living. What does that mean? That's a new flavor text, too. Nice. See, I don't understand, though, how I still have block chance. Oh, it's 40% reduced block chance, not subtracted. Okay, that makes sense now. The White Panther is dead now? Yeah, it sure is. I killed it. It's dead, Jim. You fool! They'll see you! The hiding man. You just notice a magic item on the ground with 2 dots. Is that for 2-hand? Here, I'll talk about that in a second. I'm gonna voice act real fast. Are you mad? Their camp is just over that cliff. You nearly walked right into their sights. If they saw you, they would come and drag us back there and start looking for the others. They? More of Raya's shoulders? Raya? The dead god? You really are mad. I'm talking about the Immortal Empire. Who else would I be talking about than those undead bastards? My head is swimming. I don't even recognize you from the camp. I think they did too much to me before we escaped. Do you need help? Maybe. I think it's too late. I was in there too long. I've felt my legs since I collapsed here. We heard there's a cave system ahead. That's where the others went. That's the best place to find safety. I think I'm gonna rest my eyes. Blah. He's dead. Slumped over and unresponsive. Oh no. You need that animation. Death animations. Uh-oh. There we go. 2 affixes. Turi is correct. It's breakfast time. All right, enjoy your breakfast. I just had it's nowhere near breakfast time where I am. It's like 7:30 right now. Oh, there's another one right there. Strange. Look at them! It's an army. There's more. What? I've never seen so many enemies. You just saw it in the options. Yep, it's the number of affixes. Which is also correlates to the color of the item, which I think is a little weird. Right, there's some more over there. More enemies. I think, so just three squads, it looks like. I'm waiting for like when they're just gonna like on the release day, they're gonna make these turn into like actual mobs. Like everyone's gonna like go through the zone like, oh yeah, I totally know what this zone is. And it's like all of a sudden the mobs are gonna come and like attack you, and it's gonna be hilarious. And Skeletons are just gonna climb off the prop. So I could go more minions so that I could support them in my Spriggan form. I think I'm gonna go for like 1 or 2 really strong minions and just some like spells for when I'm in human form, and just really ramp up my spell damage. That way I don't have to invest too much into minions, or maybe healing effectiveness. Density is rather low. Density of what? I missed that. The Mountain Cave. 1005 AG. Imperial Era. I'm trying to remember when it is that we end up in Imperial Wellrun. I think it's 1005 AG, so we're in the same exact time as when we're in Wellrun, or year at least. So it might be that we're always in like the same exact year, whenever we're in an era, which is interesting. But yes, so going back to the Falconer. The Falconer is going to have traps. So that is also going to be like a trap-based class, because the Rune Master seems like it's going to be semi-trap based. Or maybe not trap based, but like area of effect, crowd control based at least. And campfire. That's going to take me into the future probably. Just going to explore real fast. What's down here? Bottom of a cave. Cool. But I think that'll be interesting. I know a lot of people like the trapper archetype, and so that'll give it your traditional ranger, like companion type of feel to it. And then obviously marksman's gonna be your bow and arrow type of class. The shard hums with a quiet power. Why did it take you to this place? A ruined future, the fate of this world. You notice it is glowing brighter as it floats away from your hands. The fate of this world. All right, let's leave. Leave. Grasp the shard. That was weird. Into the future. The Mushroom Farm. The god of the north, Hurat, takes the form of a massive white elk, his mane forever frozen over with the purest of ice crystals. Elder Mossburn. You there, are you okay? You must hurry off, something awful's happening. Last refuge is in dire peril. I must have seen you behind us. My eyes are failing me so. Where am I? What's going on? We fled to the chambers just outside of Left's refuge. The city is being torn apart and the void is flooding in from the surface. We tried to evacuate, but the cave-ins have cornered us here. Our only hope is for someone to reach the council chambers and let them know we're trapped here. Okay, bye-bye. Someone help us! Who are you? We're trapped here. Asin. Last refuge is being overrun. Where are the other elders? Last refuge? The elders? Yes, Mossburn is a feeble old man. We need the other elders to leave the council chambers for once and help us. Wait, have I seen you before? Who are you? None of your business. Don't worry about it. Where did you come from? It's no matter. Let's start clearing the rubble. What's going on? Are you daft? The void found us. We're all going to die if we don't find a way out of here. Bye. Verity. Where did you come from? You appeared right before us. Your strange clothes. Are you from the surface? The surface? Whatever you are, stay away from me. Bye bye, Verity. You seem awfully nice. Oh, look at this. A note from Belcor. Well, it's finally done. Belcor wanted all the mushrooms outside the planters gathered up, even though I told him how only the white caps are edible. But he's the boss, I guess. Kerr. Believe. Here's another note. Note on mushrooms. Kerr, you missed a mushroom. Belcor. Aw. Kerr and this Belcor, they seem to have such a nice worker-subordinate relationship. Seems very friendly and open. Who's fighting? Refuge guards. Generic refuge guard number 3. Onwards. But the Ranger Trapper archetype might be really interesting for PvP. I know it was super popular build in Guild Wars. So we do actually have some stuff that might be good for PvP. I just think it's going to be so hard to balance it, especially since how late the PvP's. That's not a note? I want to read it. Leave me! Dolus. Minimus! Minimus! Run, you stupid mutt! So here's a fun fact about Minimus that most people probably don't know. There used to be in the pre-alpha versions of the game, like the demo builds, there used to be a dog in there as well that you saw in the first few levels. And his name was Maximus. So we had Maximus, and then Maximus got nerfed when he joined the alpha, and he became Minimus. That's the story. Quest completed. Okay. Thanks. Head northeast towards the council chambers. Grund. What are these creatures? They're slaughtering my beasts and making them mad. I believe they are void forms. That's what my computer tells me. My magic hovering skills. Right, faster and further, more thorns, or more pierce. Let's get pierce, because I know I want that at 100%. So make sure I have that before I invest in other things. Still waiting on that buff indicator. That'd be really nice. Alright, we're gonna run. Run through the zone. But other than those two, I think some of the character backstory changes were kind of minor. The mage and the acolyte still seem to be... It still seems like the mage is the one that taught the acolyte how to use magic and stuff. That's an interesting character relationship, especially since with the new backstories, it seems like none of the other characters really know each other. Their backstories before used to be that they all came from Last Refuge, but now that we're all starting in the Divine Era, all of their backstories are a little bit different. The acolyte seems like a total creepo. If you read the acolyte here, I'll read it out loud. If you read the acolyte backstory, she's like crazy. Here's what? Oh, I should spell things correctly. Wiki acolyte. Here we go. The acolyte hungered for knowledge. Her apprenticeship under the elders of Welrin, leaving her bored and restless. Her master was a kind man, presumably the mage. He spared her the bellows and caning that other apprentices endured for their mistakes. But still, the acolyte was not satisfied. She wanted to be more than these gray men and hunched women who pored over the books in dusty halls. The acolyte wanted power. The acolyte had always harbored an interest in the dark arts. From the tales of Loggins, ever-living drowned servants, to the folk beliefs of mysterious things that stalk the forests surrounding Welrin. Witches and vampires. That's an interesting one. These vampires. There's potential we might run into some of them as a part of our quest, so that might be a new mob type. That fed on the souls of the living, that legends tell drew upon the rotting power of something deep under the earth, something dead and powerful, which could be the immortal emperor, which might mean that one of our esteemed characters might have been the one to set the immortal emperor free. Which would be not very bueno, as we know the Immortal Emperor eventually takes over the world. But, anyways. The Acolyte still remembers it, the feeling when they first recited a chant, learning from a crone she met outside the city walls. A mouse tied to the glyph sketched into the dirt. The power of its soul, no matter how meager, as it flew into her. And the sight of its tiny skeleton tearing its way from the little corpse. Super crazy. The elders found her dark experiments, but she had grown clever. The acolyte managed to escape the walls of Verlin before the justice of the elders could reach her. Oh, poor wolf, he's dead. She spent years traveling the lands of Atera, gathering knowledge and practicing her arts until one day, word came to her of Welrin's conquest. She never thought of herself as sentimental, but this turn of events intrigued her. Would the elders who ousted her now be in chains? Would the tomes they forbid her from now be ripe for the taking? The only way to know would be to travel back to her old home. Well written. But yeah, so the acolyte apparently gets off on dissecting mice and tearing their skeletons from their bodies. So the acolyte does not seem like a very pleasant person. We also know where two of our characters are from now. They are not from... So, well, we know where all of our characters are from. But we know that the mage and acolyte, they're from Welrin in the Divine Era, so they're from over there. The The Rogue is from Majelka, down here in the desert. The Primalist is from way up here, like in the north. And I don't remember where the Paladin was from. Let me go back and read and see what their backstory says. Oh, Blinder's Shattering Iron Spear. Nice. And go to secret chest number 2. Up the stairs, over here. Hello. Oh, nothing good. 18. What is 18? Oh, I searched for Paladin, not Sentinel. Where is this Sentinel from? He grew up in the city of Solarum. So the Sentinel is from Raya's domain. You're level 18. You're ahead of me. I've only made it to level 7. It's my voice acting. Slowing me down. Let's go say hi to Jehovah. You can tell me about some refuge someplace. Wish I'd grabbed more books as I ran. Cool. Hey, Captain. What's up? Captain Ansel. This is a dark day. There's no telling how many have been lost. There must be something I can do. The last I heard, the armor was being overwhelmed as well. If we are to hold up here, we need to retrieve arms and armor before it's too late. In my state, I'm useless, but you, however, find my subordinates at the wall and tell them that we need to fall back and to recover as many supplies as we can. Okay. Werebear, here you come. Nice. I got a while to go before I get to Sprugman. Sprugman! Sprugman! Da, 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 da. There's the emote. Oh, you. I know why you're here, and I will accept your thanks by allowing you to repay me with a favor. Allow me to... What? I know this looks grim, but we have to keep hope. We must believe that we'll survive this, and that I'll survive this. I believe in our survival so much that I need you to go to my quarters in the upper district and find my ledger. Why do you need a ledger at a time like this? Oh, just in case any fools think that his disaster somehow erases the debts they owe me. In return, I'll share one of the trinkets I liberated from the slums before I rescued you. Okay, sure. I like trinkets, I guess. I wish Anya had some backstory. Why are you here? Why are you blacksmithing? You should tell me. Anyways, we'll shop. So I need a two-handed thing. Preferably like a two-handed thing with magic stuff. That doesn't exist though. But I'll take this relic. I'll sell this junk. Maybe an axe. Axes have like status stuff. 60 gold sold. Ready. Arts and the Gambler. You there? May I catch your ear for a moment? Yeah? Well, I couldn't help but overhear. This chamber just echoes like, man, I have no idea how those stuffy elders do business in here. But I hear you made a deal with Urza. I would like to present you with an offer. You have my attention. Fantastic. I knew you had a head on your shoulders the moment you walked in here. You see that ledger of his? It is information about me. I would very much like to disappear, if you catch my meaning. What would you think if this ledger of his made its way to me rather than to him? That sounds like a plan. Urza seems like a complete dick. You seem like a peddler, but that's at least better than being a complete dick. Splendid. Trust me, you're doing the right thing here, not just for me, But for everyone who survives this disaster, I'd rather not have Urza on their backs. But for me especially, you have my gratitude, or, well, shortly this is. Bye-bye. Welcome back to Re. Quest completed. Gain experience and passive points. I can sense that you have the shard, but that is impossible. Elder Paninian. Elder Panini! Exclamation point Panini in chat. Left with it but moments ago. Who are you? Tell Elder Gasper how I gained the shard. You see, I was just like wandering around, and you know, I just happened to like find some like dead people, and I just fought a giant bird, and then I set this lady free, and she just handed me the shard, and you know, I don't even know what happened after that. I think I ate some mushrooms in a cave, and I just had this like magic trip. It was crazy. And now I'm here, in front of you. I see. Oh, we have relied on the power of our shard for ages, always assuming the others were lost, and it seems only tapping into a fraction of its potential. You're brought forward in time by the shard. If you want to return to your time, we will need to retrieve ours and use them together. If the void does not consume us first, of course. What's going on? What's the void? The void fell upon our world hundreds of years ago. If you do not know of it, hundreds of years ago. So we know in 1005 AG there's no void. So I guess it could have been like 200 years ago. But that means that like right after the events that we're gonna have in the mortal era, we're gonna cause the void to emerge and kill everything. All-consuming darkness spread across the surface and drove us into these caves. This last city of humanity, last refuge. Now that the void has finally found us, if we do not act fast, it will reach this place too and snuff us out. We need to retrieve our shard, and with the shard you brought from the past, we may have a hope of survival, and you may have a hope of returning home. What are the shards? They are the shards of the Epoch, a relic that has existed since before the days of man. It is said to have power over fate itself, and after hearing your story, I have no doubt in this now. It was broken into 3 shards long ago, to protect the world from its power, and we had relied on one of them to sustain this place ever since the void came and destroyed the surface. We thought the other shards were lost, but with yours, we may have a hope of surviving this. Okay, I guess I need to know where your shard is. Where is your shard now? It has been entrusted to the strongest, Elder Panini. Panini. I'm gonna keep spamming chat with that emote. Feel free to join me. Who rushed to face the void himself, that brave fool. Our only hope of defending this place is by saving Panini's and bringing the shard back. And then we'll put the shard inside the panini and then we'll eat it and it will taste delicious. If the void takes it though, all hope is lost. They will have the most delicious panini and there'll be nothing we can do. What can I do? Everyone here is either too old or too injured to go after Elder Panini. Except for you. To the right is the way into the upper district. That is the direction he went. Though he may have gone much further beyond and down into the lower city. Please, save Panini and bring back the shard. I beg of you. I accept. I love to eat paninis. So that whole entire sequence was new. That whole interaction with Elder Gaspar. Because before we didn't have the shard until we defeated Panini. later on. So now we actually have a piece of the shard pretty much right when we start off. And so that's kind of interesting. And now we know what we're going to do with the shard. We're going to try and get all the pieces together. And apparently to go back to the Divine Era. But let's see. My choices here are a potion that heals my minions. Or every 3 seconds, my next hit restores 6 health. Which just sounds absolutely terrible. So I'm going to go for more attunement. I'm going to keep on moving on. Did I sell my unique ring? Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. I have it on. Test slab and scepter or put on the better damage thing. I'm gonna put on the minion damage thing. Gotta go fast. Kill things more often. I don't have enough money for... Well, we're gonna read all the stories. Archivist Eric. We can't let the void enter here. If we lose this place, then we'll have truly lost everything of the old world. This is the last archive. Every piece of history, art, even records and journals. Everything that could be brought down here to the last refuge lies here. I do not know how many died trying to ferry this knowledge here, but we cannot lose this place. Cool story, Eric. Scholar Rickrim. Damn! Can't die now. My work is nearly complete. Your work? Yes, my research into the Immortal Empire. They were a scourge upon this world, but I know I could have gleaned a more balanced power, from their knowledge. If nothing else, they prove that death need not be the end, and that the aspirations on man could not be constrained by the gods. Oh, to have lived in their time. If you had lived in their time, you'd probably be like some sort of like weird experiment and like prisoner. You maybe don't want to wish for that. It didn't look like a too happy place. The player light looks a little weird in the vertex rendered mode. Well, you there, may I plead your aid? My master, Elder Panini, came to recruit us to help him bring the fight to the void, but when he came back from our study alone, he asked me, with guarding the entrance, to make sure no one left while he went on by himself. I don't know how much longer I can stay here waiting for him, not knowing what is in the room behind me. Could you please pop in and tell me what's happened to them? Why were you not with the others? I overslept. The one time I overslept, and it's the end of the world. Please go in there and find out what happened to the other students. 8. Free passive point, here I come. Panini's library. Alrighty. Kill this guy. Oh, you're probably not a very healthy student anymore. Maybe once upon a time. If you look not looking too hot there. Ooh, look at all these affixes and stuff. I'll wield this instead. I don't even know what the affixes were. Kill this guy too. Alright, free point. So far in the wiki, I've updated the character backstories. I've gotten through most of the base skills. I was hoping to have the Prime list done by now as well, but a little bit behind. But actually playing through the finalists is going to actually help me finish him out because of all of the active skills and the druid forms. It'll be easier to actually write it out once I have things unlocked, because I can't actually look at the active skills until I've used the skill. Fun fact. Now we're going to keep going on our adventure. We're going to skip the side zones today, I believe. But so I'll be finishing up all of the skills pretty soon, and then I'll be working on adding in the passives as well, because they all need to be updated. And like just before I started the stream, like 10 minutes before I was about to start, Mike sent me the spreadsheet of all of the base items and their implicit roles. So I'll be updating that probably once the stream ends. So all of those will be updated on the wiki. The wiki already has all the unique equipment. I just need some flavor text from the uniques. And then I can actually start working on like some of the stuff that the wiki was missing beforehand, like NPCs and quests and stuff like that. That'd be good. So the interesting thing about the Primalist backstory is that he's there in like the northern tribes when his land is being attacked by Raya. So he's like the first one to see Raya's vision. But like everyone else from his tribe decides to fall back to Hyboria, which I don't know. It's probably somewhere over here by Morditus's tree, be my guess. Except for the Primalist. The Primalist runs away. And like he gets really mad and he's gonna go and try and confront Atera. So the Primalist is basically like a scaredy cat. Abandoned people in a rage. The Rogue also has a really interesting backstory. She starts off in Majelka, and she's basically an assassin, hitman for hire. And Majelka is basically a city of Nagasa, or snake people, who are under the goddess Majasa over there. And the Rogue is approached by the Vessel Maiden Apophis, who's basically the prophet of Majasa. And Apophis basically asks the Rogue to kill herself. And so the Rogue is like she didn't say who she was when she asked the Rogue to do it, but then the Rogue finds out, like, oh, she asked me to kill the Vessel Maiden, and it turns out the Vessel Maiden is her. And so the Rogue is like, that's probably not a great idea to kill one of the most important people of this city, so I'm just gonna run away. Instead, but it is like an interesting tie-in to the Vessel Maiden vision as well, because we know that Apophis sees something pretty strange earlier on as well. Can maybe find her page. I think I have her story on the wiki. We should put wiki Apophis. Yep, there it is. Vessel Maiden Apophis. So you can check out that page. But lots of new stuff to kind of dig our teeth in with the lore, which is kind of cool. Refuge gloves. Alright, we gotta go get the ledger. The damage seems pretty good from the Thorn Burst right now. New specialization slot unlocked. And it must be coming from the attunement, which is nice. Alright, so we have another spec, and I think we're gonna do swipe. No, maybe not. We'll do wolf, I guess. We'll focus on making the wolf really big. And do lots of damage. So we're gonna go this way for the damage nodes here. So we're gonna increase their movement and attack speed first. One unspent point. Okay. Gives me health and minions increased health or strength. And strength gives me armor, and this grants me health regeneration. Wolf. Summon wolf relies on strength, not attunement. Weird. Shades warding tome for the cast speed. Yes. I'll take that. Alright, we're gonna switch it up on the music front here. You know, for more action and adventure. Here we go. Do 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 do. Nope, I need to actually go in there to get the ledger. There's a study. Yes. The god of the east, Raya, takes the form of a glorious eagle. Ah! The void! They appeared. Leather boots. Looks good. Oh, that has movement speed on it already? Nice. Never mind, I don't need these boots. Pfft. Who wears boots that don't have the movement speed affix on them? Alright. Back to the council chambers. We're gonna not turn it into Urza because Urza is a dick. I'm turning it into Artem over here. Ah, came to me before Urza. You have some good news, I'm thinking. Hand over Urza's ledger. Splendid. I'm glad you had the good sense to give the ledger to me rather than him. And as a sign of gratitude, here's one of the values I was able to salvage from the city below. If you are interested in if I'm able to get out of eyesight of Ansel over there, I may have some more for you if you have some coin. Gambler not yet implemented. Uh-oh. I can't gamble away my fortune. More strength. New skill, summon Sabretooth. Urza? You couldn't find the ledger? Are you sure you don't want to search again? The place can't be much more overrun. Goodbye. Haha. Yeah, we're gonna go double bake to the upper district. We're getting close. We're getting close to that magical point. And I'll let you know when we get there. So maybe I'll spec in Sabertooth instead. That actually sounds more fun. I've not used Sabertooth. Uh-oh. I took off the wrong skill. There we go. I'm gonna despec the wolf. I'm spec in the Sabertooth. Added cold damage, yes. That sounds like what I want to do. That has the swipe active. Seems a bit underwhelming at the moment. Releases 3 swipes in rapid succession. It is so rapid that it looks like it's taking place all at once. It's a one fast Sabertooth. Alright. It's kind of funny, I can give the Sabertooth a slash command when he's all the way across the screen. I keep trying to press W because that's what I had in my Thorn Burst earlier. We're almost to the armory. It'll be the first boss. The first real boss. You have a wolf and a Sabertooth up. Nice. I'm definitely going to spec in this Spriggan though. And I don't think I'm going to go for multiple companions. I'm just going to do the Sabertooth and the Spriggan. And I might get the Entangling Roots. You just started on the Druid Tree? Nice. So I'm thinking I have the Sabertooth and I'm going to get the Spriggan. And I have Thorn Burst. I'm using 2 more. Yeah, Spriggan, Sabertooth, Thorn Burst. And Spriggan Form. So I really only have 1 more skill to use. And I think that's going to be Entangling Roots. That gives some passive damage. You have Thorns spec'd, but you're not using them. Fair enough. They're really nice passive damage if you get the Thorn Shield nodes. If you look at, if you go this way down the tree, you can get the Thorn Shield. And you can also get the chance to burst 1 hit. It should also be fun to try a, like a bristleback kind of based build. Where you just do it based off of your like on hit procs. And actually, I might actually rebuild that way to like the cast it when you're hit. Because I think that'll just still be able to cast the Thorns even when you're in Spriggan form or Werebear form. Cat, Dog, Leap, Totem are your keys, and Sweep. The Frenzy Totem or Thorn Totem? You didn't see COC. What is COC? Yeah, it will be good in shape form. Cast on crit, yeah. Well, I think cast on crit is not any crit, it's crits only that you've cast with that skill. Let me take a look. Cast on crit. On hit? I don't think there's a cast on crit. Yeah, it's on hit, not crit. It's when you are hit. Which means you don't need it on your skill bar. Which is why it'll work when you're in shape form. Ow! Abyssal Crawler would explode. It won't. It will. It will work if you don't have anything on your skill bar. It will work if it's not on your skill bar. Which is why it will work when you're in shape form. Alright. Another one popping up from the shadows. Do have swipe on my bar. Seems inferior to the thorns right now. I think it's just from going the attunement spec. No, it does not. Swipe does not scale with dexterity. Which is a bit interesting. It seems like a very dexterity focused skill with all the attack speed modifiers. Alright, into the armory. So we're gonna fight our wave and like a first real boss. We'll see how we're doing. And then we'll have a nice lengthy period without any NPCs. Ow! What was that? Did this thing explode? Gains health briefly when hit. Was probably the spiteful modifier. These guards are just hilariously weak. It is so hard for me to try and keep the guards alive. You'd like to leap into a pack and have it thorns when I get hit, which you know you will. Yeah, exactly. That's really nice. If you get the leap and then swipe and then thorns, that's I think Rhymer Belt kind of the same thing, but you just go like super attack speed and get some leech. You just leap in, get hit a bunch, cast a bunch of thorns. You get the extra defense from the thorn shield as well. What? I had full health. What is this nonsense? You're telling me I have to craft already? I don't think I have any health. Okay, I have 2 health affixes. Bleh. You have gravity, so it'll pull in monsters when you land. Yeah. It's really good for melee. And he's dead. Feels bad. I couldn't even get my vengeance. Lost my deathless status already. Surviving guard. What happens if I ignore him? I'm gonna see what happens. No, I'm gonna read his dialogue. I don't want to miss out on the dialogue. My chat is bugged, maybe? Leave chat. Join chat. Didn't see anything in chat. Chat. Enter. Leave chat. Join chat. Oh no. My chat is gone. No in-game chat for me. Captain Ansel sent you? Thank you, Tara. It's too late for most of us, but Manus, the quartermaster fell back to the smelting hose below the armory. Please find him and help get the supplies back to the captain. Don't worry about me, just find the quartermaster. Oh, and you asked earlier about the totem. You are using Frenzy Totem. Nice. Yeah, that is also really good for that, because that helps you get that attack speed. Look at all these barrels. Bastard Sword of Hunger. I'm not doing too many melee attacks. Why do I have a cast animation when I'm telling... That's weird. When I use the flurry swipes, it makes me swipe. Oh! What's this? They moved the underbelly of the armory. Where's Manus now? You notice the difference even now when you're not up to Werebear yet? Yeah. It's pretty good. It's just a little squishy. I think it'll be really cool once it gets a skill tree. Which we're almost at the point where most of the things have skill trees now, which is pretty nice. How do you turn on the FPS? Default is F11. And if you press it multiple times, it changes the color. Now it's green. Branded. So I can't even really pick up the things to get like the shards from them because I don't even have shattering stones, which feels pretty bad. I have one shattering stone. Like all of my shards are just coming from the drops. You were looking in the options for it. Yeah, it would be on. Yeah, it's on your input. Be where you'd find it. You're at 23 FPS. Oh no. You turn down your settings. I found that turning on the vertex lit mode like increases my performance by like 100% almost. It does look slightly worse, but if you're not a graphics hog, you're just in it for the performance, it works pretty nice. It doesn't feel bad though. Interesting. It always feels bad when I'm at 20 FPS to me. Or do you just like the prettiness of the medium settings that you tell yourself it doesn't look bad? Spiteful mobs are quite painful. Very spiteful. Ah! So then we go all the way here to get to the underbelly. But I found it. Everything is on high or ultra, no wonder. I think even like the most intense of computer setups have a hard time running ultra right now. It says ultra for a reason. Great. Me and my minions deal increased melee damage and leech melee as health. Potion restores 8 additional health. Minions deal increased spell damage. Yes, we'll get all the spell damage. Leather coat, that's better than what I have. +5 armor. It would be nice if the Sabretooth had more AoE. Seems to be very single target. Is there something in your tree for AoE? It no longer leaps at targets. Have increased stun chance and more damage. And becomes an ice tiger. Deals additional cold damage. Takes more fire damage. Retaliates with ice vortex. That could be really nice. Because then I could just focus on retaliation. And just heal it back up. Has freeze chance. Okay, it'd be nice as well. Inflict bleeding. Increase attack speed. Mana efficiency and cooldown. Let's see, there's dodge rating, additional cold protection, converts physical to cold, health regen, more melee damage, increased critical strike weight multiplier. So the only like AoE that it has is the ice vortex retaliation. Need on node on leap to spawn totem on landing too. Oh, that would be OP for sure. Alright, so I do want the Thorn Burst when hit. Do want the mana cost. Let me get the mana cost right now. So now I need it. Thorn Trail on kill. Thorn Trail scales with increases to physical and stun damage. I don't know what that is. Thorn Trail. But it reduces my damage, so it has to be pretty cool to be worth it. Hello. I have come to take your bases. They all belong to me. Oh, so the Sentinel, the Forge Guard, has the Manifest armor now, which I haven't seen it yet. But if the mage is getting golems, and the Forge Guard has like the shields and the armor and other stuff that it spawns, it means all of the classes are going to have a minion option to them. So all of the classes, all of the base classes are going to have like a minion option and like a support option. like stuff that they can play, which is interesting design. Frostfang. It's gonna be my wolf, saber-tooth wolf's name, Frostfang. I wonder if we'll be able to name our pets or our minions, or our companions at least. There's a random chance that it'll spawn with a unique name. I wonder if, like, for our falcon and stuff, we'll be able to name them, or if I'll just have to name it in my head. Hey, McMagic, how's it going tonight? I'm just playing my Sprugman here. Well, not Sprugman yet. Gonna be a Sprugman. I'm still starting out. How far away am I from Sprugman? I'm 27 points away. Doing good. You had to stop streaming. Too many bugs to report. It was getting tough to stream and report. Yeah, I hear you. I don't report bugs while I'm streaming. It is too difficult. I just kind of roll with it. I might make a note of something to report later. Mighty Jolt Circle. What do I have now? That? Alright, this is better. We want our fancy fairy hats. Inferna has no pets. Oh, no one has any pets. It's bugged right now. Well, it's bugged for at least most people. But we do know, if you're going to pledge or support $750, get the $750 pack from this this series, you'll get Odim's Blessing. You bought it through Steam, you still get a pet, I think. If I recall correctly, they do have a... You get a pet. Supporter packs. Let's see. You get the $35 pack, is what you get, which comes with the juvenile skull. So you do get a pet. But yeah, they're all bugged right now. Oh, no, 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 no. No, thank you. The retaliation just kills on these things. Which reminds me of the retaliation from the Grave Eaters, which was hilarious. In comparison, this is very mild. So I can use the active effect while it's downed. And I'm assuming it probably costs me mana, but it probably doesn't do anything, which is strange. Alright, so, alright, up here. More spell damage, yes. And then eventually this healing, alright, so I'm not gonna get that either. Deal 4% increased damage. Yes, so I'll probably get the Thorn Bond as well. But actually, yeah, the spell damage is going to be better, so we'll just get this all the way up and then take the rest in Thorn Bond. The 7% spell damage, so it doesn't affect melee, but I think almost all of my damage is going to come from spells. The Sabertooth active doesn't really feel like it does a lot. I don't know. Because I can use it and it won't actually attack something with it. It'll just use it. Like wherever it is, it'll just attack. Which means if it's not like right on top of something, it doesn't seem to work. Mighty Copper Ring of Hope of the Giant. What ring do I have right now? Increased elemental damage, health gain, potion use, void protection, stun avoidance. Sorry, this one's better. All about wolf, spriggan, and sometimes bear active. Although you really don't use ally. You'll sometimes use bear if you use next to something charging an attack. Yeah, that makes sense to use it as an interrupt. The taunt will be really cool when they get the taunt in, I think. Especially if it makes them actually attack it, so it's still an interrupt as well. This thing blocks projectiles. You managed to fight them off! Ansel sent you. Thank you, Terra. I don't know how much longer it could have lasted. Quick! Let's get back to the council chambers. Alright, let's go. Come on, dude. Yeah, let's go. Why are you standing in there? Here's a portal. There you go. You can go back whenever you feel like it. As for me, I'm going to keep trucking on. Which I'm going so slow. I don't think I'm going to get this Brug man before I finish the stream today. That's okay though. I'll be streaming tomorrow as well. I'll be streaming tomorrow and Friday. Tomorrow is Friday. I'll be streaming tomorrow and Saturday and Sunday. (7 p.m. Central tomorrow, which was about an hour and a half ago, and 4 p.m. Central on Saturday and Sunday. But we're almost there. We've almost made it. Here, I'm gonna edit something real fast before we get there. Alright. Edit this. Advanced. There we go. I fixed it. We'll be ready when we get there. Two times wolves and 1 saber. That feels pretty good, I bet. Alright, and we're gonna go and get this chance to hit. Chance to burst when hit. Magic has 2 wolves, a bear, and a spriggan. Nice. This is the zone. Which zone, you might ask? The zone with Elder Panini. And we have the Panini emote, which is !Panini. And there is no cooldown on that command, so you can spam Elder Paninis as much as you want this entire zone. We're thinking the +1 counted towards minions anyways, just allowing 2 wolves only. Nope. It's companions do not equal minions. Companions do not equal wolves. Oh, I think I gotta type them out one at a time. Maybe I should put in like a Panini roll command and just like put tons of them in one line. Panini! Elder Panini! What are you doing? Leave me, run! The void is coming! Behind you, the void is massing together, forming a towering monstrosity. What? What are you talking about? Ah! It's pretty hilarious. A refund. You know, that's the thing I can do with that command, I think. I can make it like cost points and you lose points. Bye bye, Omen. The Panini! The Panini is trying to shock me? No, you cannot. Despair! The Panini's on the way out. Oblivion, you say, Panini. Despair, you say. Yes, those must be the emotions you are feeling right now. Arobus. This is all trash loot. Feels bad. Elder Panini vanquished. Panini is now even meatier. Boom. Pick up the shard. Before you lies the shard that Elder Panini had held. It seems to drive the void away despite being able to protect the man himself. The shard keeper, Lena. Oh, the shard keeper, Lena, gave you resonance in its presence, as though drawn to the one before you, and then they merged. Merged. Blah. Is that what happened? Did they merge? What happened? Return to Captain Ansel. Continue on the past lower district. Where's the journal? Journal. Saving Last Refuge. Main quest. Elder Gasper has told you of the severity of the threat facing Last Refuge. If the shard of the Epoch is not retrieved, there will be no way to protect the survivors. And if they found a way to deter the void, the absence of the shard would signal the end of the last bastion of humanity. You have picked up the shard now, you must find a way back to the council chambers. The path behind you is rapidly filling with more void, but there may be a waypoint ahead you could use. Why don't I just use the portal? It doesn't... Is the portal just like not canon? What? Sorry guys, just pretend that the portal doesn't exist. Pretend you just can't go back to town whenever you feel like. I don't get it. Fear the meatball. Yes. Especially the meatball and the panini. Or the panini and the meatball. It'll be the meatiest panini of your life. Now I need to play a mage and just meteor spam the panini. Oh, I found the portal. Return to Elder Gaspar. What does the journal say now? You survived fighting the Omen. Now go talk to Gaspar in the council chambers. You know what I'm going to do? Just to spite the game, I'm going to use the portal and not the waypoint to go back. That's what you get, game. Making me use a waypoint. It's really weird because even if you do come back here, the quest won't continue on. Alright. Elder Gaspar. Byaterra. You've done it. You've returned the shard. What about Panini? I see. That Panini is dead. It's a salty Panini. What can we do now? Even with both of our shards, the city is lost. Humanity will end here. Our only hope lies in the Temple of Eterra, where it is said the last of the shards may lay. I had thought it only myth, but not anymore. Panini was the only one who could brave the surface, and he is gone now. By retrieving the last shard from the Temple of Eterra, you may be able to combine it with the others, and reform the Epoch. With the Epoch's power, you may be able to return to your time, and take us with you, away from this ruined world. You are the only one who can help us. Accept. Thank you. Down in the lower district, there is a path that leads to the Shelter Wood. From there you will reach an old passage to the surface. Crafting. You mentioned crafting. And so, Stream Elements decided to tell Wikibot to find the page. From there you'll reach an old passage to the surface. If our archives are correct, the Temple of Eterra would be to the east beyond the city of Relrin. Be safe, traveler. How exactly do affixes work? If you re-roll out all affixes, does that include the base ones that don't show up in the crafting window? No, it does not. Those are not referred to as affixes, those are called implicits. And so actually the page that you probably want to look at is not the crafting page, but the equipment page. Yes, affixes are just prefixes and suffixes. And then, so some of the newer ones aren't up to date right now, but Mike gave me a spreadsheet with all of the newer base implicits, so those will be all updated as soon as I get to that. Mike literally gave it to me like 10 minutes before I started the stream, so it'll probably get done in like a few hours once I'm done streaming here in a bit. The imps, prefixes, and suffixes are just like PoE. Good to know. Summon the Frenzy Totem. Jova. Did I hear Elder Gasper correctly? You're going to the surface? If so, I have a request for you. What is it? Among the old records dating back to when humanity was first fleeing the void, there are reports of attempts by another group to hide within another cave system not too far from the last refuge. There have been attempts to scry, divine, and even dig to where the sister city, this lesser refuge, if you will, could be, but to no avail. Could you perhaps search for any signs of them? Sure. Why not? I'll do that eventually. We will go back to the Sheltered Wood. And then we'll go back to the past. And then back to the future. And then back to the past again. It'll be crazy, wibbly wobbly, timey wimey stuff. So, I guess I'm going to turn this Thorn Totem into a wolf for now. I'm not using him. And the wolf just does stuff passively, which is nice, I guess. It'll boost the damage from my Sabertooth. What do you know? The stacking when you've got a bunch of wolves, this has got to be pretty cool. First death. Uh-oh. We should name our characters and make it a lie, right? That's the other, like, really old time travel thing. There's also Mike, who, where is it? Is it here? Oh my gosh. There are so many people playing. There's already 100 people above level 40 in hardcore. I don't think during the entire alpha patch there was 100 people that played hardcore. Much less over level 40. That's pretty crazy. What are people getting to on waves? 506. What? It's like at double the scaling. Oxy got up to 400. That's a bit. Most of the PoE streamers you watch are playing. Yeah. Super hype time right now. I don't even know how many people are playing right now on Twitch. This or Grim Dawn? Oh, is this PoE like dead for the season now? People are tired of synthesis. Deals 6 added cold damage. Ice Tiger it is. Are you an Ice Tiger right now? You have ice teeth. There's not much icy other stuff looking about you though. Wasn't a popular season, so sorta makes sense. I know Quinn like gave up on this season like, what was it, 2 weeks into it or something? Was announced today it's not going to be added to the core game. See, that's kind of a cool thing about like the whole seasons is that you can be like, you know, the season wasn't popular, so we're just gonna, like, we did all this development, we did all this stuff, and it was fun, but we're just gonna completely just not use it at all. You just kind of like, it's like a test. It's a litmus test for the real game, which is standard. Bet you didn't know that. Real PoE is standard. It's the only version of PoE I've played. They're focused on 4.0.0 and that huge patch / season and ExileCon. Yeah. Well, I can't imagine going for a 4.0. Yeah, from what I understand, they didn't even really plan too much into the Synthesis League. Which I guess is good timing for the last Epoch beta. I think last Epoch just really needs to get advertising outside of like PoE players before release. I think 90% of last Epoch's advertising is just like from PoE streamers and players. And like 5% is from Linux. 5% of your advertising's from Linux. I don't know. It's probably a bit too much. The Chaos spell revamp on skills was huge. Melee skills getting rebalanced for next season. Pew! The leap! Come on, catch up. Melee skills are getting revamped. Interesting. This melee is always like a sore spot for most games. Why do I have so much mana? Does the 2-1 give me mana? Where's my mana coming from? I have like way too much. Plus 8 from that. Oh, from, wow. This Jeweled Circlet has a ton of base mana. 33. On the implicit. It's crazy. Iron Cask. Already. I thought that was supposed to be an end game item. You don't like the melee skill trees, you never play them. Fair enough. I think melee feels pretty good in Epoch. But I think that's mainly because melee's your best source of leech and your best source of like added damage from weapons. Just makes it a lot easier to build. But it's next season and then 4.0.0 in January. ExileCon is in November and starts in January. Alright, so getting close to the end of the stream here, so we'll probably make it through to the ruins of Welrin. We'll get to the waypoint there and then we'll call it. But I will be streaming tomorrow as well. I'm going to be updating the wiki, which is why I'm going to call it kind of earlier here so that I can keep updating that. I don't know, always find like useful tidbits and information stuff that makes the stream more interesting when I edit the wiki. Like I probably wouldn't have even known Death of Rune Master is going to be able to summon golems if I didn't add it to the wiki. And then the world would be less of the knowledge for that fact. Is Turi still here? A leather belt with 4 potion slots. Oh my. Stop it, Prophet. No one likes you. Blighted Bronze Scepter. So have you only played Primalist so far, Inferno? In Epoch? Just trying to slug your way to the end game? I guess you just got the werebear form that you were looking forward to. I was asking if you had a chance to try any other classes yet. But I guess if you just got the well, actually you haven't got werebear yet, so you're probably gonna wait until you get werebear before you try anything else out, right? I almost feel like the command should be an instant action. Where's my ice tiger? What? Pike. I think that pike is new. You just started? Fair enough. I know you were playing last night. Whee! Sleet Weavers. I wonder if Zinryu's emotes got approved yet. Doesn't look like it. Feels bad. He has some nice Venom Weaver emotes. Because he dies to the Venom Weavers a lot. Alright. Void things. Here we go. Ow. No! Oh, I have to run so far. About a Tuesday after work. You should bob instead of weave. Yes, he should. Also needs to dip, duck, and dive. Maybe I'll craft some stuff on this leather belt I got. If I have any, like... Maybe we'll just craft the health on this. I have like no shard. Oh, wait. Here's some more shards. Anything useful here? Can I craft anything on this? Tree stun chance? Okay. Not even using melee attack, so that's not gonna be useful. Armor. Dodge rating. Why not? And armor. Void protection maybe? That'll be useful later. They definitely fixed that crafting bug, which is good. Throwing attack. I have no throwing attacks. I have more health shards. Hooray. No! Gloves. What can I put on you? Intelligence on the gloves. Minion damage. There we go. Alright. Used all my affixes. All my shards. My wolf is dead. I still have no idea where my ice wolf is. Ow. This guy. This Void Prophet. Okay. You take all the damage, Wolf. So I wish I could resummon this guy, but I guess I'm gonna have to take him off the bar in order to do that. There. Now I have him back. We're ready to fight. I need potions, it would seem, because these void arrows are no fun. Leap across. %25 move speed. Yeah, that does feel good. %125 move speed, best move speed. Alright. My frozen cat. So you make it retaliate. Its damage scales with your saber tooth, increases to cold damage, spell damage, and damage over time. But isn't the added cold damage is only cold damage with melee attacks? I don't know how I'm supposed to increase its damage. Gains the ability to cast Frost Nova. Yes. Do that. Increase the cooldown recovery for the Frost Nova. Okay, so there's where I get the cold damage for the Sabertooth. Deals damage over time. Alright. You can go that high? Yeah, you can actually go pretty darn high. So you have Brigandine Boots. Actually, the Path of a Terror, I think, actually will get you the most move speed now because it has a pretty decently high move speed affix on it. Right, those pets are gonna kill me, I bet. Stop pulling things, damn pets. Path of a Terror. Look at this, they're killing me. Pick the world map. I think it's a Terra's Path, maybe. What is it? Terra Boots. Why can't you find what I'm looking for? Oh, it's spelled with 2 R's. There we go. Those unique boots. The Brigandine Boots. Brigandine Boots have a really high base move speed. So you can get up to 15% increased move speed on them, and then you get 20% from the unique. So that's 35% just from the boots. And then you also have... You can get up to, I believe, another 25% from Tornado. It has a aspect of the Storm node on it. I'm not gonna go that way. And then you also get some from Fury Leap. And then there's also, I think you can get increased movement speed on potion use. And then the Druid Shaman passive up here, Sky Armor, you can get up to 20% from that. And the amount you can get from Fury Leap, where is it? They might have taken off the movement speed node on Fury Leap this patch actually. Gain 20% increased damage. I think they did take off the movement speed on Fury Leap. Maybe you can't get quite that high. But it's still like 35 plus 15, 50, 70. Probably up to like 90 at least. So you stack your movement speed, you stack your attack speed, and then you just YOLO everything because you can't die because you just run around all the time. Eastern Blade. I think it's supposed to be a katana. A katana. Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, it is. It's very nice. It feels pretty good. I think they were talking about changing the movement speed from boots so that instead of being a constant movement speed bonus, it's a it's like a burst of movement speed, like every 5 seconds or something. Alright. Passives. We're almost to Shaman. Or to Druid. Unlocking Druid. Alright, so just the increased damage from having a minion. That would suck. It depends on how they do it, I think. And if they just up the base movement speed in general. I think movement speed in general is just too low for the beginning. I've seen quite a few people complain about that specifically. And then if it's not like always intermittent, like if you're not moving and then you wait the 5 seconds and it doesn't cast right away, but it starts as soon as you start moving again, then that will help out like solitary caster builds a bit, so then you can use it to avoid AoEs a bit better. So right, you'll like stand here and then all of a sudden your buff will stack while you're like sitting here attacking things, you see an AoE and then you just dash out of the way, but it doesn't give you that movement speed bonus that like helps you get through content a lot. I think it'll make it a lot easier for balance. Because just having tons of regular movement speed, you can get pretty crazy with it. Alright. Moving on. I feel like pretty weak right now. I feel squishy, which is strange because I put stuff on my gear, which I don't usually do. Whee! walking around. Alright. So this is... I missed a waypoint? The last archive. Oh well. You can leap over walls. Can you view profiles? What do you mean profiles? Where's the stream element spot? It hasn't mentioned the Discord at all today. No, you can't. You can friend people on Steam, I guess. There's a... What's this? New changelog updates. Oh. For Steam. But there's a... There's a last Epoch group chat. Yeah, not yet. No multi, not available. What would be cool is if they added the titles to the character screen. So you'd be like, Master Kickstarter supporter. And like while I'm streaming, it just like randomly flash the character screen, just like that. To like have the Kickstarter title showing. It'd be cool. But yes, so that's going to be it for the stream tonight. Throwing out info for the Discord, for my Steam. So I mentioned profiles, you can friend me on the Steam. Join the Discord if you haven't already. So the plan is I'm going to be streaming tomorrow. Hopefully I'll make it all the way up to the Sprugman. I'll be streaming on Saturday and Sunday as well. Haven't fully fleshed out what I'll be doing then. I'll probably playing Paladin will be my guess. Seeing what that class is like, and then I'll try some of the other classes, get a taste for how they're feeling. I'm looking at also making some YouTube specific content down the road as well. Specifically thinking about making a new crafting guide. There was a one floating around from Critical for a while, but that one's kind of outdated. So I'm going to do kind of like a wiki focused guide there. And then eventually I might also make a build guide. And just kind of seeing what the best way to make a build guide is. As I might end up posting that on the wiki somehow as well. But thank you everyone for tuning in. I appreciate it. Thank you for all the follows. I hope everyone has a great night. I will see you all tomorrow at 7 p.m. Central. And I will find someone to host you all on to who we've got here. We've got Berserkin streaming, so we're going to send everyone on over to Berserkin. We're going to raid him. So feel free to spam something, spam Sprugman when you join his channel. But yeah, thank you everyone for coming in tonight.